How could we go about finding the equation of this quadratic? There are a couple of ways to do it, but the one we're going to focus on today is the one that looks at the roots of this quadratic, the solutions. So here we can see that this quadratic crosses the x-axis when x is 2 and x is minus 5, which would give me the factors x minus 2 and x plus 5. Okay, we know that the factors of a quadratic are multiplied together to give the equation, giving us the equation y equals x squared plus 3x minus 10. So if you look back at that process, it's the opposite process of when you're asked to factorise a quadratic. So if we try and generalise this, we're going to call the roots alpha and beta. That's the Greek letter A, alpha, and B, beta. The factors would be x minus alpha and x minus beta. Following the same process as we did when we had the numbers, we end up with that quadratic. So that's the general solution, the general form. Okay, we're going to look at our quadratic in the form ax squared plus bx plus c. If we rearrange that to get the coefficient of x squared as 1, we can then equate that with our previous equation. And what we can now see is that the sum of the roots, alpha plus beta, would be the negative of the coefficient of x over the coefficient of x squared, and the product of the roots, alpha times beta, would be c, the constant, divided by the coefficient of x squared. Okay, let's have a go at an example. So we're asked to find the sum and the product of the roots of that quadratic. Right, what we've done here is we've divided through by the coefficient of x squared, just to make our sum and product easier to pull from the equation. So the sum roots alpha beta is minus the coefficient of x over the coefficient of x squared. So we can see that that would be the negative of my new x coefficient. So minus 7 over 4. The product alpha beta is the constant divided by the original coefficient of x squared. So that gives me minus 2 over 4, which simplifies to minus half. Right, it's your turn to have a go at some now. Can you complete page 4 of your workbooks? And then can you have a go at the exercise from the textbook? All this work needs to be brought to the next FP1 lesson, where if you have any questions, we can go through them then. Okay, we're going to have a go at a second example. Now this is one where you're given the value of the sum and you're given the value of the product. So alpha plus beta equals 4 and alpha beta equals 7. And what we're asked to do, we're asked to find the value of 1 over alpha plus 1 over beta. So we need to manipulate this algebraically first. We're trying to get an expression where I have alpha plus beta or alpha beta in, and then I can just sub values. So what you can see here is we've cross multiplied. We've times 1 over alpha by beta over beta and 1 over beta by alpha over alpha, giving me alpha plus beta over alpha beta. I know the values of alpha plus beta, that's 4. I know the value of alpha beta, that's 7. And now I can sub those in so I know the value of that answer. Now there's one for you to have a go. Pause the video and bring this solution to the next lesson.